This is In the Zone with Ian Robb and Dancin Rodda. One's a mental toughness coach who also helps riders with recovery. The other, a horseman with soul, who is also a marriage counselor for the rider and horses. Together, they dive beyond ribbons and rankings to where real riders train, the mind. From elite arenas to quiet barns, this show is about the mental edge, the recovery rhythm, and the heart that keeps you in sync with your horse and yourself. So whether you're tuning in from the tack room or the open road, saddle up. You're in the zone now.
Welcome back to In the Zone with Ian Robb and Dancin Rodda. Pete, one of the things I love about our show is getting the opportunity to sit down with people who have spent a lifetime pursuing excellence. Even sometimes to talk to champions, sometimes with coaches, sometimes people we have quietly shaped their entire industry through their influence.
And today's guest has done all three.
Yes. What's interesting about our guest is while many people know him for his winning at the highest level, the reason I wanted him on the show is because of what he teaches his riders today. In the world where everyone seems to be looking for shortcuts, Pete, quick fixes, and the next big thing, he's been a strong advocate for simplicity, consistency, and listening to his horses.
And that message never goes out of style.
Especially with you, Pete, that's for sure. Exactly. Whether you're a rider at the local level or competing internationally, the horse is always talking. The question is, Pete, are we paying attention?
Let's find out.
Please join us in welcoming horseman, teacher, mentor, and one of the most respected voices in our sport, Joe Fargis. How you doing, Joe?
Okay, nice to be here.
Okay, good. So, Joe, as I was saying, I wanted you to come on our show because I want people to learn about the impact that you're still making today as a teacher and as a mentor. We'd love to spend the time talking about your horsemanship, rider development, and what you've been helping riders understand about horses. So the first question I have for you is, what are riders missing today?
That's going to take a long time, but if I had to, let me just put it in the smallest amount of words I can. They failed to see that it's a living, breathing creature.
Amen.
It has feelings. I'm not sure it has emotions, but it sure does have certain intelligence, and it's a very special creature, and I think people don't appreciate that. I think a lot of times it's treated as a machine, and it's not. It's living and it's breathing and it's part of us. It's part of nature, it's part of the world. And they have to understand that before they start.
I wish that was posted on every barn, every show, every arena before they go in. This is not a four-wheeler. I love that, Joe. That's amazing.
So you've often emphasized the importance of listening to the horse. What does that actually mean on a practical day-to-day basis?
I just went to a seminar, and it was talking about listening to the horse. And I found something interesting about it, that the horse has something like 17 different facial expressions. And if you combine them in this way and that way, it's millions. Their ears with their eyes, and their nose with their whiskers, and all of that stuff. And I think the face of the horse will teach you a lot. But more importantly, if the horse doesn't want to go, say he doesn't want to go, there's a reason. You don't just make it go. There's a reason it doesn't want to go. If it's going too fast, there's a reason it's going too fast. It's either in pain, it has fear. Who knows what the horse is thinking? But people they simplify by saying, he's going too fast. What should I do? I can't make him go. What should I do? He has his ears back. What should I do? I think you need an understanding of animals in order to have a nice relation with the horse.
That's great. Horses are constantly giving us feedback. What are some of the subtle signs riders should pay more attention to, Joe?
I think a beginner rider can't pay attention to this because they don't know, but I think a horse's physical, the nature of it physically, is it sound? Is it comfortable? Is it lame? I think we make horses do more than we would as humans as far as movement. If my leg hurts, I certainly don't stress it. but I think as humans, we push a horse past that. We ignore it a bit. And I think it needs to be taught at the most basic levels. Parts of the horse, the tendons, the feet, all of it, the back, the muscles. And if people understood that more from the beginning, I think our friend the horse would have a better time in life.
I appreciate this, Ian. This is like reading off my own script. This is amazing to have such a horseman talk about the things that I talk about on people. I always tell people, buy a four-wheeler. You'd be a lot happier because
Yeah.
they don't want to deal with an emotional and physical being. They want to deal with something that does everything the right way every single time, even though they make more mistakes than the horse does.
But let me say one thing. It is never the horse's fault. He did not choose to get up and get a bridle on his face and get a saddle on his back and go around the ring. It's our choice. He had no choice in it. So we have to consider that.
Amen. You're preaching to the choir.
And he's only reacting to stimulus. That's all. The horses react just like we do. And they react to what they're told. And I would say most of us humans or riders give very mixed signals. They say yes and no in the same sentence.
I feel like I'm in a relationship and he's a relationship counselor because I feel like I get mixed messages all the time. I hope
Yeah.
Lisa's not listening to this right now. You're wonderful, Lisa. You're wonderful. All right. Horses are constantly giving us feedback. Oh, hold on a second. What do you think simplicity is often more effective than complexity in training? Or why do you think simplicity is more?
Of course it is. When I teach, all you have to do is go straight and tell the horse where to go in the simplest way possible. It's not a little of this and a little of that. Just go straight ahead and the horse will do it. They're incredibly generous creatures. You have to tell them or ask them where to go and they go. We put them on trailers. We put them on horse vans. We put them in airplanes. We put them on boats. They're police horses in the middle of the city. They're incredibly generous, but you have to ask them clearly. That's my big thing.
So this brings me to one of my students called me and she was going to her first show in a while with one of her horses. And she was talking about that a trainer that had helped her that I know got in her brain so much. Oh, a little more inside rein. He's stepping here. He's doing this. And I said, just point him in the right direction and do the pattern. Everything else will fall into place after that. What is your...
And if the rider has feel, it will for sure fall into place. For sure. Don't get complicated. Less is more. Less is more.
Have you seen a rider that's been very successful not have that connection with the horses? Are there just riders that are just not in tune with their animals out there?
Yes, I've seen that. And then that horse disappears and they get one that will be in tune with them. I've seen it. They're treated like cars.
Have you always had this philosophy, Joe, or did this after?
No, you change your thinking as you get older.
Yes.
I used to punish a horse for stopping, and I regret that. The horse had a reason for stopping. It was either scared, it hurt, or it was incapable of doing what I was asking it. And I regret that. But as we get older, we change our thinking. All of us, we understand more.
That, to me, that is, I wish more riders would understand that instead of punishment is such a bad term to a horse where, like you said, they didn't ask to be put into this situation. You put them in the situation.
Yeah. The best way to ruin a horse is to ask it something it can't do.
Wow. That should be a quote.
For sure you'll ruin it.
So when you teach, Joe, and I do the same thing, how do you not get frustrated watching these people do the same thing that you've said 1,000 times? How would you tell somebody, hey, you're teaching, they're going to get it? Or how do you deal with that?
Or do you say it in different ways?
Let me just segue to another thing. When I have a new speech or a new sentence when I start with teaching anybody, I say if you suffer from frustration or anger or have emotional stress, you have to try another sport. This ain't going to work.
Wow.
So I ain't going to work. I'm very blunt about it in the beginning. And so I try not to get frustrated. To answer your question, I try not to get frustrated with what's ever ahead of me, in front of me.
And when I saw you in your workshop, even though someone is struggling with it, but I see you try to say it in different ways, so it'll make sense to them. And
Yeah.
you do set the tone in these
You have
workshops.
to. You have to. And people say, I don't ever want anybody to do anything because Joe says. There are a lot of teachers and a lot of ways to skin the cat. There's so many odds and ends in this business. But I try to be as simple as I can. Just back to basics, whatever it is. Go straight. Go forward.
That's really interesting because I always tell my students, don't put me on a pedestal because it's a long way to fall. Because I'm only doing what I'm good at this moment. Like when I get further along and have your thoughts, I'm going to say what I said back then was stupid, or I learned a better way and now I'm
Yeah.
going to do it better.
Yeah.
Now, this is
It's interesting because you also talk about patience. In today's world, everyone wants results quickly. The Happy Meal. What role does patience play in developing a horse, in your opinion?
Everything. What role? It is the role. That's all. If you think about it, a horse at a competitive level carries a lot on his back. It carries our ego. It carries our ambition.
wow.
It carries a possible sale. It carries winning. It carries endless things on his back that he has no idea why he's doing what he's doing. And it's about us, really. But if we have patience and we want to be one unit of energy with this horse, I think it'll happen to most people. I do.
So, what's the best way riders can build trust with their horse?
Go slowly.
Yes.
That's interesting. So it comes in. What are some mistakes riders making repeatedly that could easily be corrected?
It has to do with emotion. People get frustrated if the horse doesn't do what they want it to do. I would say that's the biggest mistake. Emotion. Do not become emotional. Period.
When a rider feels stuck or a horse isn't progressing, where should they look first?
It maybe go down a different road. When you say where should they look first, if a horse won't pick up the left lead or something, say that's the case.
Yes, sir.
Maybe find a nice dressage teacher who will help you find a way to pick up the left lead. I wouldn't ever get angry about it that the horse wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. Again, if you just show it, if you give it signals very correctly, it will work most of the time.
So we often talk as riders about feel. How do you teach feel, or do you even think you can teach feel?
I don't think you can teach it. I think if you ride enough, you can get better at it. But as far as really feeling what an animal is doing, I think it's innate. It's inside you. That's my belief. And I don't want to discourage anyone. Never stop trying. Never. But just, I'm not going to say try harder, but be persistent. And maybe someday you'll feel exactly why that horse won't pick up the left lead or will pick up the left lead.
You mentioned when you were younger, you had a different mindset, a different philosophy on how to work with horses. Was there a certain horse that made you change your mindset?
No, all of them did. Everyone I ever rode. There wasn't a certain horse, no. It takes we're all, I don't know, we're slow to learn. All of us humans. That's all I can tell you. But I've been fortunate to ride loads and loads of horses, and they've all taught me something. A horse is the best teacher.
Tell me why.
Huh?
Tell me why horses are the best teachers.
Because they're great levelers in life. They bring you to where you belong. If you think you're pretty good, the next horse is going to tell you you're not so good in a minute. So don't start thinking you're pretty good is all I can say. That's why they're good teachers, because they bring you back to where you belong.
What's a question riders should ask themselves more often during training?
Say that one more time. What is the question?
What's a question riders should ask themselves more often when training?
Am I being clear to my horse? Am I showing him a correct, clear way to solve this problem?
So did you know Ray Hunt, Tom Dorrance,
I know of them, don't know
of
them.
them? Because that's your philosophies and thinking remind me. I only got to see Ray about 3 times, but what you're talking about is the same kind of
Okay.
philosophies. And why do you think that is? Why do you think the masters that finally get up to a certain level all talk about the same things?
Because it is the same thing. It's the only cure, solution, and to the problem. Be very clear to the horse about what you want. It's an underlying thought. It's basic. There is no smoke and mirrors. We all think too much.
That's good. So don't think too much about this next question here, Joe. But if the horse's perspective, if the horses could sit in on this podcast today, what do you think they would want riders to understand?
That's a good question, but let me think of a good answer for that. To understand it's a living, breathing, sensitive creature, really sensitive. I heard this talk the other day by someone who was talking about horses' sensations, and if there's a fly on its skin, it will just the skin will shake right there. It will shake the fly. That's how sensitive it is. But then you have your leg on the horse, which is like a piece of lumber, and you just kick it, and you desensitize it. So you have to be aware of how sensitive the animal is.
Wow. I feel like I'm in church.
Yeah.
What does consistency look like in a great horsemanship?
What does consistency look like in great horsemanship?
Yes, sir.
Being able to communicate with the horse. If you're riding, you're one ball, one unit of energy going the same direction, hopefully. And if that communication is fluent and fluid and seamless, you're going to get there. Whether it's over a jump or over a ditch or through the river, you're going to get there.
So let's go into talking a little bit more about the young riders that are coming up right now. What advice would you give the young riders who want to become a truly great horseman or horsewoman?
Never give up. That's it.
I have a student right now that you're talking to because she's always saying, I'm having trouble with this and trouble with that. And I said, I deal with the same problems. It's just the difference between people that continue or they didn't give up. I love that.
Never give up if that's what you love.
After all these years, what are horses still teaching you?
Patience. Patience. More and more they teach me that every day. And I respect them so much because they're so generous. That's all I can tell you.
So, since this is called In the Zone, tell me what you consider being in the zone with a horse.
Not carrying a cell phone when you ride. That's number one. Okay.
That might be the title of this podcast,
Yes.
because I got to tell you, and I'm here at the World of Question Center, and I hope all these riders aren't going to yell at me, but they're constantly just looking at their phone as they're on that horse, not seeing what's around them, the environment, or even the horse.
No, you have to be what the Hindu, whoever calls it, you have to be present. You have to be present, period, when you're training. You can't, if I'm riding around the ring and I see somebody on the outside, if I'm competing, I see somebody watching me, I'm not present because I see somebody on the rail. You have to be with the horse, totally there, and totally absorbed in that. And again, no cell phones, please.
So, do you hear the crowd? Do you hear anything when you're riding?
I learned not to. Yeah, I learned not to.
You zone them out.
I think horses do. And that I'm different. I'm different from a lot of trainers and training these days. When they think horses hear something, they put earplugs in them. I want the horse to hear what's going on. I do.
Oh, okay, so now I'm
If
going
a
to
bear is coming up behind me, I want the horse to hear that bear.
Oh,
Go ahead, Pete. Go ahead.
I'm gonna get deep with this one. Nose bands, tight nose
Cruel.
bands.
Cruel.
Okay.
How
How
would
about
I always compare. I have this picture. Did you see the movie Silence of the Lambs?
yes,
Anybody? That
yes.
mask that Hannibal Lecter had on. That's how I picture tight nosebands.
Okay. What
That's
about
my analogy. What?
what about loose nose band?
They're just decorative.
Okay. So we should take them off. And you're
We use them, and it does provide a certain aesthetic for a normal cavesson or noseband. Yes.
okay.
And you need a normal noseband to use a standing martingale. It has
Okay.
to attach to the noseband.
So what about flashes?
Even worse. How would you like to have something on you like that? No, no, thank you.
I always tell
I
my
always tell people when they try to go to that stuff, I say, instead of all these nosebands and bits, you need a bag of hands. Hands, not a bag of bits.
there you go. No, because I always tell people, to me, you're taking the conversation away. It would be just like me putting duct
No,
tape.
it's making that area numb. I think there's a new FEI rule passed that they can only be so tight. Yeah, there's a new rule. Yeah.
Wow.
So we're going to get to our lightning round here pretty soon of 25 questions. But I do want to learn a little bit more about, because you've been in the equestrian world for how many years now? Should we just
I'm
say?
78. I started riding at 7.
So that's a long time. That's a great longevity of a tour, of a lifetime right there. How do you keep yourself fit? How do you keep yourself being active and doing what you're doing at 78?
I go to the gym a lot, and I keep moving. I don't want to let rust set in. I just keep moving. Period.
Stretching, I
Don't
think, is also.
stop moving.
Do you think a lot too about pliability and flexibility as well when you go to the gym?
Yeah, of course. They're so advanced now with what they do for you and with you. It's great. It's great. The stretching and this and that and the next thing. An example is, think of somebody like Babe Ruth who could really hit a ball. If he was alive today and had that ability and had more cross training, as they say, how much better he could have been. So you can't do enough.
I think his cross training was drinking beer and smoking
Yeah,
cigars.
exactly. And he could still do it. Think how much better it'd be.
That's right. Like, what was it? Kobe Bryant said Shaquille O'Neal would have been the GOAT if he would have put as much effort as Kobe did into basketball. Been 10 times the athlete that he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. It's times change. Life changes. Anyway, keep moving.
So when you're developing through the years of horsemanship, what do you think will be in the next 50 years? Do you think we'll still be riding them, or do you think it will
I
eventually?
think it will change. Don't ask me how it will change, but I think the PETA people, the animal activist people, I think they're going to have a big influence on us and what we do. So in some way, it will change. Think about it. Chariot racing has stopped. Jousting has stopped. Things have stopped. 3-day events used to be very difficult, and they've eased up on that. I think we're easing up on horses, but it's going to change in 50 years for sure. For
Do you
sure.
think we'll still be riding?
Yeah. Also, there's a big difference now in the class system. People have to have money now to ride, and that makes it a little different. Will we be riding? Will everybody be riding? No. You got to have some money to go riding.
Pete has really affected the racing world.
Has it?
Yes, in California, a lot of the trainers are moving out because they've just made it so challenging.
Yeah,
And they're not able to do their business.
I understand.
They're not able to do the business the way they traditionally have done their business.
What you're saying now, that's our problem, is we turned horse riding into business. That's a big problem. And it's a big business. It's not just for the sheer enjoyment of riding a horse.
When you were riding, did you have such an entourage of people with you helping you get your horse ready and yourself as they do now?
No, it was a different world. No. I'm proud of myself because I can clean out a horse's foot. Things like that. Stupid stuff. I can drive a van. You had to do everything. So there you go. Not that I want to do it anymore. I could.
All right, so this is the fun part of our show, the lightning round. So what we want is the first thing off the top of your head, and we're gonna go through it as fast as we can go.
Okay, the first question. Favorite horse of all time, Joe?
I don't have a favorite horse. They're all equal in my eye.
Gosh, I love this.
That's a good question. An owner will come and give a horse a carrot because it's that owner's favorite horse, but the horse next to it is just salivating, and I hate that. So I try to treat different horses have put me on the map for sure, but that doesn't make them my favorite. I like all horses.
I love that answer. Touch of class is one word.
In one word.
In
Touch
one
of
word.
class.
Touch
in
of
one
class in one word. Sorry.
Did everything a human, one word?
In one word, or
one-
whatever you want to say, Joe.
What do you
We're-
want,
We're
Joe?
going to let you do it.
Touch of class did everything a human wanted her to do.
There you go. Okay. Favorite show venue?
I'm the president of the Upperville Horse Show, so I'm going to say Upperville.
Early bird or night owl?
I get up at 4,
There you go. Favorite.
but I have to go to bed at 8. I need 8 hours. I don't care where I get it. I need 8 hours.
Gotcha. Okay, your favorite horse treat?
Horse treat,
Yeah, to give to a horse. What's your favorite horse treat?
whatever they'll eat. I don't care. Sugar. Horse treats are big business now.
They are.
There are all sorts of brands. I don't think the horse really cares. I know these aren't one-word answers, but
No, it's all
you're
right.
doing great.
I don't know the brands of horse treats. Carrot. There you go.
That works. Coffee or tea?
Coffee. I'm addicted, and I wish I wasn't.
Yes, me too. I know. I need to have my coffee. Your favorite Olympic memory?
It was fun.
Yay. One writer everyone should study.
Oh. But
Joe
wait, some of my favorite riders are dead. So
That's
okay.
some are just gone, and people aren't aware of them. There's so many good ones. I don't have a favorite. Again, they're all good.
So if you think, I'm going to go off on our lightning round for a second because this made me think of this. Do you think the Masters would roll over in their grave for what they're watching nowadays?
Yes, they all. But also, everybody says the old days were better. I'm not sure about that. These days are just fine. But who knows? That's what people would say. They would roll over in their grave if they saw this. But we're living in a good time, and we do our best.
There you go.
Okay. Flat work or jumping?
Flat work. If you think about it, a course is mostly on the flat. There are about 10 obstacles in there in the middle of about 100 strides. Flat work.
Biggest lesson horses taught you?
Patience. Again, I'm going to stay with that. Be patient.
Favorite horse movie?
I don't have any horse. I don't watch horse movies. I was little. I watched The Horse with the Flying Tail, so I'll have to say that. I'm okay. Secretariat or Seabiscuit. Those are great movies.
There you go.
One word that defines success.
One word that defines it. It certainly isn't winnings. It would be satisfaction.
Great.
Joe, best piece of advice you've received?
Best piece of advice I've received. It was probably something my parents told me that I didn't listen to, but okay, don't react.
That's a good one.
Don't react.
Most underrated skill in riding.
Softness.
Defined it for me. Softness.
Define it.
Yes, sir.
Just complete unity with the horse.
Favorite place you've traveled?
I've been so lucky to travel all over the place. That question is hard. I just came back from South Africa. I gave 2 clinics. Okay, that's a favorite place. But I would say, I don't know, England. They speak my language.
Joe's going to say the same thing as horses, wherever I am at that moment.
Yeah.
There you go. Most important quality in a coach?
I keep going back to patience and consistency. consistency. You have to say the same thing all the time. You have to have an idea of where you're going.
What makes a great partnership?
With a horse, I assume.
Yes, sir. Or anybody.
No.
I'll open it up to humans also.
No, what makes it great? Just understanding each other. Understanding.
One thing you tell your younger self. Tell us one thing you would tell your younger self right now.
Not to drink or smoke.
That's a good one. Favorite non-equestrian hobby?
It's not a hobby, but I love nature. I love it. Just observing nature.
Great. What keeps you motivated?
I enjoy, again, horses brought me into nature because they're outside all the time. And I'm lucky to live on a farm, and I'm lucky to be outside all the time. So just being alive and being outside.
One word people would use to describe you.
Boring.
I don't feel that at all. That's why I want them on you. I don't think that's it at all. All right. Finish this sentence, Joe. The best riders understand that blank. What is the blank?
The horse is the athlete.
Perfect. Perfect. I've had fun today.
This is what I love about this show, and I appreciate you, is I've had this happen where I've gone to clinics and listened to masters of people that have done this for years, and you are saying the words that I found or the things that I found and are teaching my students, and it just reinforces that I'm going down the right track. So I really appreciate it.
We think we're right, and I hope we're right.
So, Joe, what's the best way if someone is listening to this that they want to be able to contact you, take one of your workshops? Where can they find you besides in the yellow pages?
561-301-5961.
I'm going to play that lottery number. I think that's what I'm going to do.
I'm lucky. I give a lot of clinics. You call them workshops. I call them. We understand.
Yeah.
And are you coming to the Ocala area anytime soon?
Not until Florida. Not until the Florida season.
Okay.
Florida season.
I would love to come out and listen. And
Where do you live?
I live in Ocala.
Okay, good.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So let us know. And if it's possible, some of the people that are working with you contacted me and wanted me to work that event. But what I could do is also help promote it with the riders here in Florida area and be able to come on down and take your class, because I do think that your clinic is one of the best. So I appreciate you.
Very nice of you to say.
And in my book, this is one of my favorite podcasts from you.
This one?
Yes, sir, that we've done between us in the zone.
What if I'm just making it all up?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Thank you so much, Joe. We appreciate you.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
All right. We'll see each other again.
That's a wrap on another powerful episode of In the Zone with Ian Robb and Dancin Pete Rodda. Whether you ride, compete, or simply love your animals like family, today's episode was a reminder that true teamwork starts with connection and that health is the ultimate performance edge. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave us a review. And catch us next time as we dive deeper into the mind, body, and bold journeys of top performers. Until then, stay focused, stay inspired, and keep riding in the zone. When you want the very best for your animal, choose Foresight. Animals make such a difference to our everyday lives. Our performance and working animals show up for us through their loyalty and hard work, while our pets make the best companions and are there to greet us at the start of each day, to comfort us and stay by our side. No matter who they are or what they do for us, often our animals need our support too. And that's why we've developed Foresight Epitalis Forte. Made with our world-exclusive patented ingredient, Epitalis, Foresight is scientifically proven to support joint health in dogs and horses. To ensure they reach their full potential, your animal deserves this innovative approach to joint care that is unlike anything else on the market. What is Epitalis? Derived from a plant seed oil comprised of fatty acids, Epitalis is the world-exclusive active ingredient powering Foresight. Epitalis is globally patented for its ability to help maintain healthy joint cartilage development. When performance matters and long-term well-being counts, trust the science behind Foresight Epitalis Forte. Available at your favorite retailer or online at 4cyte.global.
If you're serious about your horse's health, whether you're riding dressage, show jumping, western, or racing thoroughbreds, there are two names you need to remember: Beamer, and independent Beamer representative Ian Robb. Trusted by high performers at every level, Beamer's equine line is scientifically designed to improve microcirculation, reduce muscular back pain, and promote faster recovery after exercise or injury. Beamer delivers more than a cutting-edge product. They bring a commitment to education, support, and real results. But this isn't a magic button, it's a system. And Ian Robb can make sure you get the most out of Beamer, and support doesn't stop after the sale. He offers personalized coaching, ongoing mentorship, and a true partnership in your horse's wellness journey. Real results need real support. Based at the World Equestrian Center in Ocala, Florida, Ian Robb is your go-to expert for Beamer's proven technology for both horse and human. Here's how to make it work for you. Call independent Beamer representative Ian Robb today or scan the QR code on your screen to learn more. If it's horse health, it's Beamer.